Welcome to tonight's sleep story. Take a deep breath, close your eyes, and let go of the day. Allow yourself to relax and settle into a peaceful state. Let's drift into a soothing story together as you begin your journey into a restful and rejuvenating sleep. Imagine standing on the edge of a small, humble workshop in the heart of 19th century New York City, as a brisk wind stirs the air, carrying the sounds of clanking machines and the faint hum of distant voices. In this place, one man's dream is beginning to take root, a dream that will change the world forever. Nikola Tesla, with his sharp intellect, his visionary ideas, and an unwavering belief in the power of electricity, is about to ignite a revolution. You feel the cool, metallic scent of the tools that surround you, the rough texture of paper on which Tesla sketches his plans for wireless energy. Tesla, though seemingly quiet in demeanor, possesses a mind filled with the complexity of ideas and a profound understanding of nature's forces. The room is dimly lit, filled with the sound of chalk scraping across the blackboard, as he devises plans for what he believes will be the future of mankind, the transmission of energy without wires, an idea that challenges the very fabric of how people interact with power. You can hear the soft hum of the first electric currents as Tesla tests his early inventions, small sparks of energy flitting between the wires like tiny flashes of light. It is here, in the quiet of his laboratory, that the foundation for the future of electricity is being laid. Tesla does not see these small sparks as mere failures, but as glimpses into the limitless potential of energy, of how it can be harnessed and transferred across distances without the constraints of physical cables. Tesla's brilliance lies not only in his ability to invent, but in his capacity to dream of a world where energy flows freely, creating possibilities beyond the wildest imaginings. Feel the tension in the air as Tesla presents his first prototype, a device that pulses with energy, capturing the imagination of those around him. His audience, many of them seasoned engineers and scientists, watch in awe as Tesla demonstrates the practicality of his ideas. The soft crackle of energy in the air and the vibration of the machine remind you that this is a man on the cutting edge of discovery. Yet, the path to success is not without its difficulties. Tesla faces skepticism, and his ideas are met with resistance, both from rivals like Thomas Edison, who champions his own vision of electricity, and from the broader scientific community, who are hesitant to embrace ideas that defy tradition. Despite these setbacks, Tesla's persistence is unwavering. Imagine him standing in front of the grand Tesla coil, the sparks flying into the air as he demonstrates the power of alternating current, AC, an invention that will ultimately win the battle against Edison's direct current, DC. The air crackles with energy as he explains the potential of a sea to not only power cities, but to extend far beyond what was ever thought possible. You can feel the tension of the moment, knowing that Tesla's ideas will not only change the way we generate energy, but also reshape the world. As you watch Tesla at work, his energy and vision are palpable. Years of struggle, financial difficulties, and moments of self-doubt have not deterred him. His mind is focused solely on the future, on the possibilities that await humanity. And it is through this relentless pursuit of the impossible that Tesla becomes the visionary we know today. A man who foresaw a future where wireless communication and global energy could be achieved, even as those around him doubted that such dreams could ever be realized. Now, as you breathe in the quiet of this moment, feel the gravitational pull of Tesla's mind, his uncompromising spirit, and his unrelenting commitment to changing the world. His invention will revolutionize technology, enabling the transmission of power and information to flow effortlessly across the globe. And as you drift deeper into sleep, let Tesla's story resonate with you. The story of a man who saw the world not for what it was, but for what it could become. As the warmth of sleep envelops you, carry the spark of innovation that Tesla ignited in this small workshop. Just as he changed the world with his ideas, you too can change your own world by embracing the power of creativity and persistence. Like Tesla, you can bring visionary ideas to life, transforming the world with your dreams. As the soft rhythm of your breath deepens, your journey continues, flowing seamlessly from the quiet lab of Nikola Tesla to the bustling streets of 19th century Paris, where Gutenberg's printing press has already left its mark, and new ideas swirl in the air like autumn leaves carried by the wind. Here, amid the murmurs of scholars and the clicking of typewriters, the dawn of mass communication is born. Imagine the vibrant streets lined with new printing shops, where the scent of fresh ink mingles with the crisp Parisian air, and every piece of paper is a portal to a new world of knowledge. The printing press, invented by Johannes Gutenberg in the 15th century, revolutionized the spread of ideas across Europe, creating a cultural awakening that reshaped not just the continent, but the entire course of history. Feel the buzz of anticipation as you walk into a printing house, where workers carefully align the wooden type with precision, pressing ink onto paper and creating copies of books that will soon travel from one hand to the next. Gutenberg's invention was a game changer, allowing literature and ideas to be produced efficiently and distributed to the masses, democratizing knowledge that was once locked away in the hands of the elite. Feel the sense of urgency as you witness the intellectual explosion that follows the printing press's invention. The Renaissance begins to flourish, and the Reformation is sparked. Think of the pages turning as people like Martin Luther, empowered by the printed word, challenged the old orders of thought. Imagine holding one of the first printed books, feeling its weight, and knowing that this small act of printing has changed the very fabric of society. For the first time, ideas can travel faster than ever before, crossing geographical and cultural boundaries with ease. Asterisk in the quiet study of a scholar. You hear the soft turning of pages as he reads aloud from one of these newly printed works. The fresh ink is still faintly visible, and as his fingers trace the lines, he marvels at the ability to access knowledge without having to transcribe it by hand. The invention of the printing press has ignited a fire in the hearts of scholars, artists, and thinkers. The written word now has the power to reach far and wide, spreading ideas that challenge the status quo and create a ripple of change across the globe. Step into the echoing halls of a university, where the lecture halls are filled with students, eagerly absorbing knowledge from books they could never have imagined before. These books, once luxuries, are now accessible to those who wish to learn, turning every corner of society into fertile ground for new philosophies, religions, and discoveries. The spirit of inquiry flourishes as printing enables the mass production of texts, allowing one person's ideas to inspire generations. Feel the warmth of the fire of enlightenment as people of all backgrounds begin to access the treasures of knowledge that were once reserved for the powerful few. But there's also a sense of tension in the air, as the idea of mass communication threatens to upend old institutions and systems of control. Church authorities fear the spread of revolutionary ideas and the threat to their authority, while rulers and monarchs struggle to control the power of the printed word. In the heart of this cultural revolution, you can almost hear the whispers of resistance, the realization that the written word, the printed page, is no longer something that can be contained in the midst of this intellectual and social revolution. Gutenberg's printing press stands at the center as a symbol of transformation. The invention of the printing press doesn't just change communication, it ignites the spirit of exploration and freedom, leading to the scientific revolution and the rise of modernity. The world is now awake, its ideas traveling faster than ever before, giving birth to an era of discovery that would forever alter the course of history. As you settle deeper into the comfort of sleep, let the spirit of discovery and change that Gutenberg ignited fill your mind. Like the printed word, your ideas can spread far and wide, transforming not only your world, but the world of those around you. Feel the power of knowledge, of connection, of the ability to share and learn as the printed page continues to move through time, linking past, present, and future in a never-ending journey of discovery. Let the steady flow of time carry you gently into a restful slumber, knowing that just as the printing press changed the world forever, your own potential for growth and knowledge is limitless. As your mind continues to drift in the peaceful embrace of sleep, the scene shifts once again, this time to a world that's charged with energy, where the darkness is being slowly pushed back by a new light. Feel the crackling tension in the air as we move into the 19th century, a time when electricity, once a mysterious and barely understood force, begins to change the world. Picture yourself standing in the middle of a dimly lit laboratory, surrounded by the hum of machines, the faint scent of ozone, and the whisper and crackle of electrical currents that seem to dance in the air. This is where Thomas Edison, Nikola Tesla, and a host of other brilliant minds begin to harness the invisible and turn it into something real, something that will illuminate the world forever. Feel the thrill of Edison's first successful light bulb, a single filament glowing brightly, defying the long, dark nights that had been illuminated only by the flickering glow of candles or the faint light from oil lamps. The light bulb, though a simple invention, held the promise of a new era, where the darkness that had once ruled the night could be pushed aside and the world could wake up to a new way of living. Edison's invention is not just a technical breakthrough. It is a symbol of hope, the idea that innovation can transform the world in ways that once seemed impossible. The air is filled with the sound of electricity as it travels through the wires, bringing the promise of light to homes, factories, and cities that have long been held in darkness. Now, imagine yourself standing in the middle of a bustling street where the lights of the new electric grid flicker on one by one. The familiar orange glow of gas lamps begins to fade as the white brilliance of electric bulbs takes over. Crowds gather, amazed by the transformation happening before their eyes. Electricity, once an abstract force, has now become a practical tool, lighting the way for workers, students, and families alike. The city is no longer constrained by the limitations of sunlight or the cost of gas. It's alive with possibilities. And this is just the beginning. But the story of electricity's rise is not without rivalry and competition. In one corner, there's Thomas Edison championing direct current, DC, a simple, straightforward method of transmitting power. In the other corner, Nikola Tesla, the brilliant and visionary inventor, advocates for alternating current, AC, which is far more efficient and capable of traveling long distances without the power loss that plagued Edison's system. Feel the intensity of their conflict, not just in terms of invention, but in the future of the world. Each man's ideas represent not only different technologies, but different visions for how the world will live, work, and power itself. The clash between DC and AC becomes a battle for the future of humanity's energy infrastructure. Tesla's AC system eventually prevails, a triumph of innovation and vision over the more pragmatic and commercially motivated Edison. Picture the first successful AC power plant, which powers an entire city, and how Tesla's alternating current becomes the global standard. The expansion of electricity paves the way for modernization on a scale previously unimaginable. Cities begin to glow, factories hum with energy, and homes become connected in ways that only a few decades before had seemed like science fiction. As you rest, imagine the widening impact of this invention. Electricity didn't just change the way people lit their homes, it revolutionized communication, transportation, and commerce. The invention of the telegraph and telephone, powered by electricity, turned the world into a global village where news could be transmitted across continents in seconds. The electric train, which connected cities and nations, made travel faster and more efficient. The railroads and factories that thrived on electricity brought about economic growth and a new industrial age. Feel the momentum of these changes as they sweep across the globe, sparking innovation in every field of life. In every corner of the earth, people begin to wake up to the possibilities of a world fueled by electricity, no longer constrained by the limitations of natural light or steam power. Human progress accelerates at an unprecedented pace. The modern world, as we know it, begins to take shape, not in fits and starts, but in an unbroken surge of creativity and advancement. Now, as you drift deeper into your dreams, feel the electric current of innovation coursing through you. Just as Edison and Tesla revolutionized the world with their discoveries, You too have the ability to spark change in your own life and the world around you. Like the flow of electricity, your thoughts, dreams, and actions can connect people, empower them, and bring about a future full of possibilities. As you sink deeper into the soft rhythm of sleep, the world shifts again, this time to an era where voices travel across great distances. Whispers in one part of the world can be heard in another. Picture the quiet hum of telegraph wires stretching across the landscape, connecting continents, and making the world smaller with each pulse of energy. Samuel Morse stands before his machine, sending the first telegraph message, forever changing the way humans communicate. Feel the anticipation in the air as Morse transmits the first message. What hath God wrought? And history is made. With a simple yet profound act of connection, imagine the vibrations that carry the messages of the telegraph through miles of wire. You can almost feel the electric pulse flowing through the system as it jumps from station to station, delivering news that would once have taken weeks or even months to travel. The invention of the telegraph marks the beginning of a new era in communication, where distance no longer hinders the spread of information. Feel the sense of awe that must have swept over the world as the impossible became possible. Words, thoughts, and ideas could now travel faster than ever before. In the office of a telegraph operator, you hear the rhythmic clicking of the machine as messages are typed and decoded. The operator, carefully listening to the code, transcribes the message onto paper. Each tap of the key sends a piece of the world's news, allowing cities, governments, and businesses to stay connected. The power of communication shifts, no longer tied solely to human messengers on horseback or sailing ships. Instead, it's carried by an invisible force, speeding across continents at an unbelievable pace. The world becomes more connected and interdependent, but the telegraph is just the beginning. The sound of progress builds as Alexander Graham Bell steps into his laboratory, preparing to make another world-changing invention, the telephone. Imagine standing beside him in the room, the hiss of static in the air as he successfully transmits his first words. Mr. Watson, come here. I want to see you. Feel the excitement of this moment as it marks the beginning of real-time communication. No longer will people need to wait for days to send and receive messages. With the telephone, you can hear someone's voice as if they were standing right beside you, regardless of the distance between you. The telephone's invention opens the door to a new world, a world where human voices can travel instantaneously across cities, states, and eventually countries. Imagine walking down a bustling street where every shop and business is now connected to a network of communication, making it easier for people to interact, conduct business, and build relationships. The telephone, at first a tool for the wealthy and powerful, becomes a unifying force, bringing people closer together and allowing ideas to flow without barriers. Asterisk, as you continue down this path of technological evolution, you can see the spark of the radio on the horizon. Guglielmo Marconi, the Italian inventor, is about to take communication even further, allowing not just one-to-one communication, but one-to-many. Feel the anticipation of the first radio transmission as Marconi sends out signals across the airwaves, making it possible for people to hear news, entertainment, and music from anywhere at any time. The radio is a new frontier, and with it comes the ability to reach millions, breaking the barriers of distance and time. It's a global network for the voice of humanity. The world is changing faster than ever before, and you can feel the rush of progress as these inventions bring people closer together. The development of the telephone, radio, and later, television transforms human interaction, and it becomes clear that communication is no longer just about physical proximity. The very fabric of society is rewoven as individuals, families, and even nations are brought together by a shared network of sound and image. As you rest, let the power of connection settle into your heart. Think about how, even today, we are linked by invisible forces, the internet, wireless communication, and smartphones that allow us to communicate with anyone, anywhere, in real time. The spirit of progress that began with the telegraph continued with the telephone and grew with the radio is still alive today. Every time we speak with someone across the globe, we are part of the same story that started with the simple idea that human connection could be achieved through innovation. As your dreams drift into a peaceful calm, know that just as communication has evolved from the early days of Morse's dots and dashes to the voices in your pocket today, you too are part of a greater connection. Just as the telephone once bridged the gap between strangers, the power of human connection remains in the messages we share, the conversations we have, and the ways we understand one another. Let that quiet unity bring you peace as you continue your journey through the night. As you drift further into the embrace of sleep, imagine the world around you beginning to shift once more, this time to the bustling streets of 19th century London, where the sound of horse-drawn carriages and pedestrians' footsteps reverberates through the air. The industrial age is in full swing, and the streets are filled with the hum of progress. Yet, beneath the surface, something revolutionary is about to take shape. Picture George Stephenson, with his visionary mind, standing in front of the world's first steam-powered locomotive, ready to transform transportation forever. Feel the anticipation in the air as the first train begins its journey, its steel wheels clanging against the tracks, symbolizing the dawn of a new era in human movement. The steam engine, first pioneered by James Watt, provided the essential foundation for this new chapter in history. Yet it is Stephenson's rocket that would change the world forever. Imagine yourself standing alongside him as he observes the train moving along the tracks, a symbol of human ingenuity and the promise of faster, more efficient travel. The power of steam, which once powered factories, is now harnessed to propel people and goods at speeds never before imagined. The world is suddenly smaller, more connected, and more accessible. The dream of rapid transportation is no longer just a dream. It is now a reality. Feel the vibration of the tracks as the locomotive speeds through the countryside. Its steam billowing into the air, marking the end of an era where travel by horse was the fastest means of transport. The train is not just a mode of travel, It is a tool of progress, making it easier for people to move from one place to another, for goods to travel faster and more efficiently, and for ideas to spread across continents. Picture the cities and villages that begin to develop along the newly laid tracks, with railways acting as the lifeblood of economies, fostering trade and connecting people in ways that were once impossible. As you feel the motion of the train beneath you, think of the vastness of its impact. With each passing year, the railroad network expands, and the transformation of transportation begins to shape every corner of the world. The expansion of railways allows for the movement of goods, materials, and people, which not only drives economic growth, but also enables the formation of nations that are more tightly bound together. The railroad becomes the backbone of industrialization, with countries like the United States expanding westward and Europe growing more connected. But the rise of the train is not just about progress and efficiency. As the railroad spreads, so does the spirit of exploration. Feel the excitement in the air as people embark on new adventures, traveling to places they had never before been able to reach. The train becomes a gateway to a world filled with possibilities, bringing people closer together and opening new paths for commerce, culture, and discovery. With the advent of railroads, entire industries are born, and the very concept of distance begins to change, no longer an obstacle, but something that can be overcome. Now, imagine the impact of this revolution as it begins to spread across the globe. In America, the completion of the Transcontinental Railroad connects the East to the West, symbolizing the power of human ambition and the conquest of space. Feel the electric thrill of possibility as the first trains cross the great expanse of the American wilderness, linking coastlines and creating a new national identity built on speed, efficiency, and progress. In Europe, the expansion of railroads allows for quicker trade and cultural exchange, transforming once isolated villages into vibrant hubs of commerce and innovation. But the train's influence doesn't stop there. The railroad sparks the creation of new cities, facilitates the global exchange of goods, and fosters the movement of ideas. The transportation revolution creates new opportunities for industry, especially in the form of the automobile, which will later take the world's transportation to even greater heights. It's an endless chain of invention, each piece pushing humanity to move faster, travel further, and connect in ways previously thought impossible. As you settle deeper into sleep, feel the legacy of transportation unfolding around you. Just as the railroads connected the world in ways that were once unimaginable, your own journey is filled with possibilities and connections. The spirit of progress and adventure that was once carried by the steam engine now flows through you, reminding you that innovation and change are part of the world we live in, waiting to be embraced. Let the gentle hum of the train's engine fade into the background, and as it does, feel yourself gently carried into the world of dreams. Just as the railroads changed the course of history, your own path is being shaped by the possibilities that lie ahead. Let this story of movement and change inspire you, knowing that Like the great inventors of the past, you too have the power to shape your world. Feel the peace of knowing that the journey of progress, just like the trains that once changed. The world never truly ends, it only evolves, ever onward into new horizons. As you drift deeper into sleep, the world around you begins to transform once again, this time into the early 20th century, when the dream of flight begins to take shape in the minds of visionaries and innovators. Imagine the first wind gusts of the Wright brothers' experimental airplane as it rises from the earth, defying the limitations of gravity and showing humankind that the skies were no longer out of reach. Feel the excitement in the air, the sense of possibility, as the flight of the first aircraft takes humanity into a new frontier, a world where distance and borders are no longer obstacles. The year is 1903, and the Wright brothers, Orville and Wilbur, are about to make history with the first controlled, powered flight at Kitty Hawk, North Carolina. Picture the rustling of the wind, the hum of the engine, and the vibrations as the first plane lifts from the ground. It's a moment of wonder, where the boundaries of what was once thought impossible begin to fade. The air feels alive with possibility as humanity begins to look up at the sky, no longer confined to the ground. You can feel the anticipation that courses through the crowd, the exhilaration that comes from watching something that would forever alter the course of history. In the following years, the world of aviation takes flight, literally. The race to conquer the skies continues with Charles Lindbergh, who makes the first solo nonstop transatlantic flight in 1927. Picture yourself standing at the airport, watching as Lindbergh's Spirit of St. Louis touches down, marking the beginning of a new era in aviation. Feel the thrill of the crowd around you as Lindbergh steps out of the plane, his face weathered but triumphant. Flight, once a dream, is now a reality that connects continents and cultures, breaking down the walls that once separated people. As the years go on, the speed and reach of flight grows exponentially. The sound of roaring engines fills the air as commercial airlines begin to take shape, offering passengers the ability to travel across the globe in a matter of hours rather than weeks. Imagine sitting in the soft leather seats of a luxurious airplane, looking out of the window as the vast expanse of the world unfolds beneath you. Cities, once separated by oceans, are now connected, bringing together people, goods, and ideas in ways that were once unimaginable. Flight has not only revolutionized the way we travel, but also reshaped the world itself, creating new opportunities for trade, communication, and cultural exchange. Fill the air around you as you stand at the edge of aerospace exploration, where the dream of flight evolves into the dream of space exploration. The sound of rocket engines fills the air as NASA's space program begins to take shape, and the first humans venture into space. The leap from the first airplanes to rockets, reaching the moon, is a testament to the power of human determination and innovation. Imagine looking up at the stars, feeling that sense of awe as humans leave Earth for the first time, seeing the vastness of space in ways they never thought possible. And as you sink deeper into sleep, feel the weightlessness of the spirit of exploration, a legacy that continues to drive us forward. From aviation to space exploration, the journey of flight has led us beyond the limits of our imagination. And now, humanity is on the brink of exploring even more distant worlds. The dreams of flight are not bound by the Earth's atmosphere, but reach out to the stars. Feel the peace of knowing that this journey continues, that humanity's exploratory spirit will never stop soaring toward new horizons. Asterisk. Let the story of flight carry you further into your dreams. The wings that once carried us across oceans now reach into the vastness of space, where no boundaries exist except the ones we create. Just as the Wright brothers once soared through the air, you too can soar in your mind, in your imagination, and in the life you build. Feel the freedom and the possibility that comes with every dream of flight, knowing that the world is ever expanding, and so are you. As you continue to drift into deeper layers of rest, the world around you begins to shift once more. The year is now the late 20th century, and the world is on the cusp of another monumental transformation. Imagine yourself walking into a quiet room where the soft glow of a screen lights the space and the gentle click of keys fills the air. The digital age is about to change the very nature of human connection. The invention of the computer and later the internet marks a new frontier, one where distance, time, and borders seem to dissolve in the face of instant connectivity. Feel the anticipation in the air as personal computers begin to appear in homes across the world. The first clunky desktop systems with their monitors and keyboards may seem simple by today's standards, but they represent the opening of doors to an entirely new realm. The world is becoming digitized, and the vast amount of information stored in databases can now be accessed with the touch of a button. The power of computing lies not in its physicality, but in its ability to organize and connect information, creating a digital world that exists just beneath the surface of reality. Sound of dial-up modems once filled the air as people connected to the internet, a vast web of information that stretched across the globe. Feel the electric excitement of hearing that connection tone, and the promise of entering a new digital landscape where people can communicate with anyone, anywhere, at any time. The internet becomes a digital highway, carrying not just information, but culture, commerce, and ideas that transcend the physical limitations of geography. The world is no longer divided by oceans, but united by a network of cables and signals that form the backbone of the information age. With the rise of the internet, search engines, email, and social media, communication changes forever. Picture the first email sent from one end of the globe to the other, a message that can be received almost instantaneously, bridging the gap between people separated by thousands of miles. Imagine the first social networks where users, once isolated by their locations, now find ways to share their lives, ideas, and images in real time. The world becomes more connected and yet paradoxically more globalized, while still maintaining a sense of individuality and personal expression. Feel the buzz of new possibilities as digital entrepreneurs begin to emerge. Startups and tech companies sprout from college dorms and small offices, with the promise of creating products that will reshape entire industries. These digital revolutionaries create software, platforms, and tools that touch every aspect of daily life, from communication to shopping to entertainment. They change the way we interact, how we work, how we learn, and how we express ourselves. Imagine the vibrancy of Silicon Valley, where young minds are working day and night to bring their ideas to life, knowing that everything is possible in this new digital world. But as with any revolution, the digital age brings its own challenges and questions. Feel the tension that builds as issues like privacy, security, and identity begin to surface. The digital world, while offering boundless opportunities, also introduces the possibility of abuse and misuse. Social platforms, while uniting people, also create echo chambers where misinformation spreads quickly. The dark web and cybercrime become threats in a world where everything is connected. The power of the digital revolution must be balanced with a strong ethical framework and the responsibility to ensure that this new world remains safe and fair for all. As you rest, imagine the infinite possibilities the digital world brings. The speed of information continues to accelerate, from smartphones that connect people anywhere to the development of artificial intelligence and the rise of virtual reality. The digital revolution has connected the world in ways we never thought possible, allowing us to explore new realities, learn from one another, and collaborate on projects that transcend borders. Now, as you sink deeper into sleep, think about the quiet power of digital transformation. The digital world, much like earlier revolutions in transportation and communication, has shaped the course of humanity, creating new paths for connection, creativity, and growth. The speed at which information travels has shrunk the world, and just as the great inventors of the past saw the future in their innovations, we too have the opportunity to create a new world through technology, knowledge, and connection. Feel the peace of knowing that just as the digital revolution continues to change our world, you too are part of this ongoing transformation. Every new connection you make, every idea you share, and every moment you spend exploring the digital world is a step toward a more connected, inclusive, and innovative future. As you slip deeper into your dreams, know that the digital age holds infinite possibilities, and you are part of this great unfolding journey. Let the quiet hum of innovation carry you forward into the night, filled with the promise of a future that is shaped by your dreams and the digital world you helped create. As you continue to drift deeper into a peaceful slumber, the world around you evolves once more, this time to a future shaped by artificial intelligence, AI, the most recent frontier of human innovation. Picture yourself standing in the laboratories of a cutting-edge tech company, where the air is thick with the scent of freshly printed circuit boards and the soft hum of machines processing data at lightning speed. It's here that the future of intelligence is unfolding, and you are witnessing the beginning of a revolution that will transform humanity's relationship with technology forever. Artificial intelligence is not just about creating machines that mimic human behavior. It's about extending human potential, amplifying the way we think, learn, and interact with the world around us. Feel the exhilaration in the air as you watch an AI system process vast amounts of data, identify patterns in seconds, and make decisions based on complex algorithms. The room around you seems to pulse with the energy of machine learning as computers begin to not only respond to commands, but also to adapt, predict, and improve their own processes. The future is no longer just in the hands of humans. Now, machines are learning to think for themselves. The impact of AI on our world is profound, and its reach spans every facet of life. Imagine sitting in a self-driving car, feeling the smooth motion of the vehicle as it glides through traffic, navigating intersections and making split-second decisions with precision. The car doesn't just respond to your destination, it actively analyzes the road conditions, traffic patterns, and even weather data, making your journey safer, faster, and more efficient. The AI technology in the car system doesn't just allow it to drive, it enables it to learn from every trip, making each ride smarter than the last. AI is not just transforming transportation, it is revolutionizing how we interact with the world. Picture yourself sitting in front of a smart device, a voice assistant that can respond to your needs, schedule your appointments, manage your home, and even create custom playlists based on your mood. You speak, and the machine understands your commands, adapting to your voice, learning your preferences. The personalization and efficiency offered by AI are game changers, allowing us to enhance our daily lives in ways that once seemed impossible, but AI's capabilities extend far beyond convenience. Imagine the potential of artificial intelligence in fields like medicine, where it's used to diagnose diseases, develop treatment plans, and even predict health outcomes based on a person's genetic information. AI-driven diagnostics are saving lives by identifying patterns in medical data that humans may miss, providing more accurate, personalized care. As you lie back, imagine how AI is poised to revolutionize healthcare, bringing innovations that improve quality of life, lengthen lifespans, and reduce the burden of diseases that have plagued humanity for centuries. The promise of AI stretches even further, reaching into the realms of education, business, and art. Picture an AI system that learns from student performance, personalizes lesson plans, and helps teachers identify areas where students may need more support. Imagine AI-driven creative tools that help artists and musicians break through creative blocks, assist writers in generating ideas, or compose music that resonates with human emotion. AI in these contexts isn't just a tool for efficiency, it becomes a partner in the creative process, amplifying human creativity in ways that were once unimaginable. Asterisk yet, with all its promise, the rise of AI also raises profound questions. Feel the whisper of uncertainty as you think about the potential implications of machines that can think and learn like humans. What does it mean for humanity when AI surpasses our intellectual capabilities? What happens when machines begin to make decisions that affect our lives in ways we can no longer fully control or understand? These questions linger in the air, and the journey of AI is as much about ethics and responsibility as it is about innovation. As you continue to rest, imagine the potential futures that artificial intelligence can create. Feel the peace of knowing that, just like any tool, AI is what we make of it. It can be used to enhance our lives, to solve complex problems, and to open doors to possibilities we have not yet fully imagined. But it is up to humanity to guide AI's development with wisdom, care, and a deep sense of responsibility. AI has the power to transform the world, and with careful consideration, we can ensure that this transformation leads to a future that benefits all of humanity. Let the quiet hum of innovation from the world of AI carry you deeper into sleep, knowing that this journey is just beginning. You are part of this unfolding future, and as AI continues to evolve, so too do you. In the realm of dreams, imagine a future where humans and machines work together, not as adversaries, but as partners, shaping a world of endless potential. Let this vision of harmony between humanity and AI fill your dreams as the possibilities of tomorrow unfold, one thought, one connection, one invention at a time. As you drift deeper into the peaceful flow of sleep, your journey takes you to the dawn of the internet, where the landscape of human connection is forever changed. Picture the quiet, flickering screens of early computers and small research labs, where scientists, dreamers, and visionaries are beginning to realize the limitless potential of connecting people, ideas, and information across the globe. The air feels charged with excitement, filled with the possibility of something that will transcend geographical boundaries and bring the world closer together than ever before. The internet begins its humble life as a tool for military communication and academic exchange, but its potential is quickly recognized by the minds of computer scientists and engineers. Imagine yourself in a small, dimly lit room, surrounded by cables, monitors, and the faint hum of machines working tirelessly to make connections that, in the beginning, seemed too far-reaching to be real. Yet, with each passing year, the internet grows, and the walls that once separated people, cultures, and nations begin to crumble. The first websites appear, simple but revolutionary, offering an online space for information to be shared with the world. Feel the anticipation of clicking a link for the first time, entering a virtual world where ideas can be exchanged in real time, where you can learn something new with every click. As the World Wide Web spreads, it becomes a platform for expression, a gateway to endless knowledge, and a space where individuals can communicate across vast distances with ease. The sheer wonder of being able to share ideas with someone on the other side of the world becomes a reality, but the internet's influence is not just limited to communication. As you watch, the world begins to change. Businesses realize the power of the web as a marketplace, and e-commerce takes off. Imagine eBay emerging, allowing people to buy and sell goods from across the globe, and Amazon expanding its reach, selling products to people in every corner of the world. The internet transforms from a tool for sharing information to a driving force of commerce, shaping the global economy and introducing a new era of consumerism. Feel the rapid acceleration. As the internet becomes more than just a platform for commerce, It begins to define how people work, learn, and socialize. Social media platforms like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram emerge, transforming the way individuals connect and interact. The online communities that form create spaces where people can find like-minded individuals, share personal stories, and build relationships with others around the world. Distance no longer separates people. Instead, the internet becomes a space where shared experiences and ideas can bring individuals together in a way that was once unimaginable. The pace of change is rapid, and the internet continues to evolve. Imagine the arrival of smartphones, placing the internet directly into the hands of billions of people. The power of connectivity becomes portable, and now the world is in the palm of your hand. You can access news, social media, entertainment, and even manage banking and work all through a single device. The internet, once confined to desktops and laptops, is now integrated into everyday life, a constant presence that shapes the way we live, work, and interact. But even as the internet brings unprecedented connection, it also raises new questions and challenges. Privacy, once a right, now feels like a commodity that is sold and traded. Feel the concern in the air as people begin to realize how much of their personal information is being collected, analyzed, and used by companies and governments. Cybersecurity becomes a growing issue, and people wonder if the very tool that connects them is also putting them at risk. The dark web, a hidden part of the internet, brings a sense of unease as it becomes a hub for illegal activities and anonymity. The internet's impact on the world is complex. While it brings unprecedented benefits, it also requires a careful balance between freedom and security. The role of the internet in shaping democracy, freedom of speech, and social change is increasingly debated. As governments and corporations wrestle with the ethical implications of this new virtual world. As you relax and settle further into your dreams, think of the infinite possibilities the internet offers. It has become not only a tool for connection, but a platform for transformation, creating spaces for people to explore new ideas, discover new worlds, and empower themselves in ways never before possible. The internet has made the world smaller, but it has also made it richer, more diverse, and more interconnected. Just as the printing press once opened the doors to the spread of ideas, the internet continues to open doors to knowledge, creativity, and global cooperation. Feel the calm of knowing that just as the internet has revolutionized how we communicate, it also offers you the chance to connect with the world, explore unlimited knowledge, and share your voice across the globe. Your journey through this digital age is just beginning, and with every connection, every idea, and every discovery, you are part of a greater story of change that continues to unfold. As you gently slip into deeper rest, let the quiet hum of the internet guide you into dreams filled with the promise of a world connected, where the power of ideas, voices, and shared experiences continues to shape the future. One click at a time. As you sink deeper into sleep, the air around you shifts, carrying the soft scent of herbal remedies and the sterile calm of modern hospitals. Picture the world of medicine, where the ancient art of healing meets the cutting-edge science that shapes our future. The journey of medical innovation stretches back to ancient Egypt, where doctors and priests first combined spiritual rituals with practical remedies, laying the foundation for the healthcare systems we know today. Feel the ancient wisdom of Hippocrates, whose words still resonate, whispering across time, "Let food be thy medicine, and medicine be thy food." Imagine yourself walking through the halls of the first medical schools, where students gather around learned professors, poring over ancient texts and anatomical drawings, eager to unlock the secrets of the human body. These early teachings set the stage for centuries of progress, each discovery building on the last, expanding our understanding of diseases, treatments, and cures. Anatomy becomes more than a study. It becomes a gateway to understanding the very structure of life itself. Surgical techniques evolve from rudimentary methods into precise operations, thanks to the development of tools and knowledge passed down through generations of medical pioneers. With the rise of medical discoveries in the 16th and 17th centuries, we enter a new era where the development of vaccines and antibiotics brings about the possibility of preventing diseases that once devastated entire populations. Edward Jenner, in his quest to find a way to prevent smallpox, creates the first smallpox vaccine in 1796. Feel the hope that spreads across the world as smallpox, once an almost certain death sentence, begins to fade into history. Imagine the relief people must have felt as they received the first shots, knowing that the danger of this deadly disease would no longer loom over their lives. As the years pass, the discovery of penicillin by Alexander Fleming in 1928 marks another revolutionary moment in medicine. The sound of antibiotics entering the bloodstream for the first time brings with it the possibility of curing bacterial infections that had claimed millions of lives. Imagine the comfort of knowing that once fatal conditions like pneumonia, sepsis, and tuberculosis could now be treated. Feel the calm relief of knowing that with the advent of antibiotics, lives were saved, and human longevity began to grow exponentially. As you float deeper into this moment of reflection, feel the profound advances that are still being made in the world of medicine today. The development of genetic therapies, biotechnology, and robotic surgeries brings us closer to curing diseases that were once considered incurable. Imagine walking into a modern operating room where doctors and nurses work seamlessly alongside robots equipped with surgical precision, using minimally invasive techniques that allow patients to recover faster and with fewer complications. A future of medicine is filled with endless possibilities, where genetic editing and personalized medicine promise to not only treat diseases but prevent them from occurring in the first place. Now feel the pulse of progress in the world of healthcare as it continues to shape and define our lives. The ongoing effort to cure cancer, the focus on mental health awareness, and the constant push for a more affordable healthcare across the world are signs of a society that is determined to create a better, healthier future for everyone. In this age of innovation, Medicine continues to evolve at a pace we could never have imagined even a generation ago. As you rest, imagine the comfort that these medical breakthroughs bring, and know that the healing arts have shaped our world in ways that extend beyond our physical bodies. Medicine, in its many forms, has become the heartbeat of progress, continually improving life and well-being for all of humanity. Research and compassion fuel the drive to create a world where health is no longer a privilege for the few, but a right for the many. Let the calm certainty of medical progress carry you into peaceful dreams. The stories of those who have worked tirelessly in the name of healing, from ancient herbalists to modern scientists, continue to inspire us to believe in the power of knowledge and compassion to create a healthier world. As you slip into deeper rest, feel the warmth of knowing that just as humanity has always risen to meet the challenges of the past, we will continue to innovate and heal in the future with the tools and understanding to create a world of better health for all. As you continue to slip deeper into your dreams, the world around you begins to shift yet again, this time to a vast, endless expanse of space. Imagine standing at the edge of Earth, where the darkness of the cosmos stretches endlessly before you, filled with twinkling stars and distant planets. The dream of space exploration, once a mere fantasy, is now on the cusp of becoming reality. Feel the excitement in the air as the first rockets rise from Earth, piercing the atmosphere with the promise of reaching far beyond the limits of human imagination. It is the mid-20th century and the space race has begun. Picture yourself in the control room, where scientists, engineers, and astronauts work tirelessly, looking to the sky with determination in their eyes. The cold hum of machinery fills the room as rockets are prepared for launch. The space race between the United States and the Soviet Union pushes the boundaries of technology and human will, and you can feel the tension of this pivotal moment. It's the era of Sputnik, the first artificial satellite, launched by the Soviets in 1957, signaling the dawn of the space age. Feel the thrill as the first human steps onto the moon in 1969. The sound of the radio transmission crackles in your ears as Neil Armstrong speaks the famous words, "That's one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind." You are there in that moment, feeling the weight of human achievement as we step onto a surface that once seemed impossibly far away. The lunar dust swirls around as the first footprints are left on the surface of the moon, marking a new chapter in human history. In this moment, the impossible has become possible. Imagine the vastness of space around you as astronauts float weightlessly in their spacecraft, gazing out at the black void illuminated only by the faint light of stars. The pale blue dot of Earth grows smaller and smaller as they venture further into the cosmos, a reminder of how fragile and small our planet is in the grand scheme of the universe. Yet, in that same moment, humanity's spirit expands as we reach farther than we've ever dreamed. Space becomes not just the final frontier, but a symbol of human determination and the desire to explore the unknown. Feel the wonder and anticipation as new technologies emerge, bringing us even closer to the stars. The Hubble Space Telescope, launches in 1990, offering us breathtaking images of galaxies, nebulae, and planets millions of light years away. You can almost feel the awe in your heart as the vastness of the universe is revealed before your eyes. It is as if the universe itself is unfolding, showing us its secrets, and with every discovery, the mysteries of space become more accessible. Humanity's thirst for knowledge and understanding pushes us to keep looking to the stars, knowing that we are connected to something much larger than ourselves. But as you settle deeper into the vastness of space, consider how these advancements in space exploration are not just about reaching other worlds. Space exploration also transforms life on Earth. The technology developed for space missions has led to countless innovations in medicine, communications, navigation, and even environmental monitoring. The very technologies that allow us to explore the cosmos also improve life here on Earth. Think of the satellite systems that help us track weather patterns, communicate across continents, and monitor global environmental changes. Space exploration has given us tools that connect us to the world in ways never before possible. As you sink deeper into the peaceful rhythm of sleep, imagine the future of space, where humans may one day settle on Mars or journey even farther, to the outer edges of our solar system and beyond. The idea of colonizing other planets, of expanding human civilization beyond Earth, seems more and more plausible. The space agencies of the world are working tirelessly to make this a reality, and private companies are beginning to explore the possibilities of commercial space travel. You can feel the hope in the air, knowing that the dream of space exploration is not just for scientists and astronauts, but for everyone. A dream that will continue to inspire generations to come. Asterisk, as you rest, feel the connection to the stars, knowing that just as humanity once looked up in awe at the night sky, we now reach out to it with both curiosity and courage. The endless vastness of space calls to us, and as we continue to explore it, we grow as a species, bound together by the desire to understand, discover, and explore. Let the calm certainty of this incredible journey fill your dreams, knowing that as the stars guide us, we too are part of something much larger than ourselves. Feel the gentle peace as you imagine yourself floating among the stars, in the endless expanse of the universe, where the possibilities are as infinite as the cosmos itself. The future of space exploration is one of boundless discovery, and you are part of that journey, a journey that will continue for centuries, shaping the future of humanity and the universe itself. As the night deepens and the calm of sleep envelops you, the story of human innovation continues to unfold far beyond the stars into the boundless future. Picture yourself standing at the threshold of tomorrow, where the world is no longer limited by the challenges of the past. As the great waves of technological progress have carried us through air, space, and the digital age, we now stand on the brink of a new era, one shaped by the limitless potential of artificial intelligence, sustainable energy, and exploration that knows no boundaries. Feel the gentle hum of machines around you as they work with a purpose far greater than ever imagined. The computers, the networks, and the machines of tomorrow are not just tools but partners in the pursuit of knowledge. With the possibilities of personalized medicine, self-healing infrastructure, and fully autonomous transportation are no longer distant dreams but imminent realities. As you close your eyes, feel the quiet pulse of innovation flowing through. The very air around you, a steady reminder that the future holds an even greater revolution than anything the past has offered. In this future, energy no longer comes at the cost of the Earth's resources. Imagine a world where solar, wind, and fusion energy fuel cities that glow with a clean, sustainable brilliance. Picture yourself standing in a green city where the air is fresh, the streets are powered by renewable resources, and the harmony between nature and technology is unbreakable. The power of the sun and wind fuels every home, every vehicle, and every factory, without polluting the skies or consuming the planet's precious resources. Feel the peace of knowing that the world has found a way to live in balance, ensuring that future generations inherit a planet that is as vibrant and rich in resources as the one we've inherited. As you rest, think of the bold explorers who will venture even further, to the moons of Jupiter, to the depths of the oceans, and to alien planets yet to be discovered. The dreams of the past have already set us on a trajectory toward intergalactic exploration, and one day, humanity may build its first colony on Mars, where humans will live and thrive on a new world, just as we did on Earth. The adventurers of the future will look to the stars not just as a symbol of hope, but as a destination, and new horizons will await them with every new discovery. Feel the hope that comes with knowing that humanity's journey is far from over. Innovation continues to unfold at an exponential rate, shaping a world where anything is possible. The future is one of connection, discovery, and opportunity, where the limits of our imagination are the only boundaries left to overcome. As you drift deeper into sleep, feel the inspiration that flows through you, knowing that you too are part of this ongoing story of progress, growth, and possibility. Just as the great inventors and visionaries of the past have paved the way, your own journey is full of infinite potential. Let the calm of knowing that you are part of the future fill your dreams. As humanity continues to push the boundaries of what is possible, your own story will be written into the legacy of those who dared to dream, who dared to create, and who dared to make the world a better place for all. Feel the soft pulse of progress, knowing that with each new idea, each new invention, and each new dream, humanity steps further into a future that shines brightly with possibility. Let this sense of hope guide you through the night, and as you rest, feel the certainty that you, too, are part of the world that will shape tomorrow. Your dreams, like the great innovators before you, have the power to transform the world. As you drift deeper into sleep, let the whispers of progress carry you onward, knowing that the best is yet to come.